Hello. This is a small walkthrough of how to generate a procedural shape shader with Arnold. You can see here I have an integer where I control how many face or sides the shape has. 4, 5, 6, 7. Follows logically. We can use that for a mask. We use it for displacement. Create another triangle here, a circle, for example, a square, and make some complex technical displacements. We can control the amount of softness here as well. So why don't we just dig into how it's actually produced. In general, we always start with a point on the object. If we just take P and we move the plane, the shape will stay in the place in world space. So we want to attach it to the object. That's point object. So we're going to split up the red channel R and G. You can see here. Stick this one here. I'll go through all the nodes, so you just pay attention to the what kind of node it is and the settings, and you should be good to go. So we have the red channel, green channel, A10 of that, and we're going to add in pi as a constant. It's actually, I have 15 written here. 15, but my decimal count in the program is set to to 2 currently, but it is hammering in this number. Okay. So you have a float called A. Could be area. And we're going to divide that. So this is just a pass node. There's nothing in here, and just naming it A. Use a data float, and we divide that with a radius. Again, this is just a pass node. We get that by dividing a multiply of 2 and pi, and our shape type. We just set to 3 currently. Okay, so that was the first part. I hope that you got that point. This is an RGB to float. A10 add. This is just a connector. Divide. Multiply. This is 2. And this is pi. Okay. We're going to add in 0.5 to that. We're going to take the floor. This is the float to int. Here. See it here. We're going to call the floor int. And we basically do that on the whole rig, and we multiply that floor with the radius. We subtract that from the area, and we grab the down here in the math trigger. We take cos, cosinus, and remember to set it to radians. Multiply it with the length. This is just just a pass-through again node, so don't pay too much attention to that one. It's just so we can make it nice. So and we take the length and multiply it with the expression here, and this is basically our main input, and we define our scales of the shape with two float nodes down here. You can see this one says 30 and 26. So we should get some softness going on. This is a range node. Remember to hook up this smooth step down here, otherwise it won't work. We need to smooth step these so we get some blurring going on the edges, otherwise default. I think that's it for the shader. That's it. We can of course add in noises or anything to distort the edges quite easily, but as a whole this is the functioning shader. And just going to put this one over here, and we're going to check it out. It's there, and I can maybe do like this. We can see it a little bit better. And these are my two. See, if I lower this one down to 26, it should get us some sharper edges, which it does. So that's good. It's working. So what about if we wanted to use it as a displacement, maybe a displacement mask? We could take the vector map. Should be, it's there. That's the vector map. And as you can see here, the tangents are 0, 0, 0. This is my predefined vector map. You can see here the tangents are 0, 0, 1. So we are going to point them upwards. The vectors up, boom, like that. I'm going to disconnect the diffuse, and we should just look at the displacement. I'm going to enable the displacement. Let's see here. There. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I've missed something. Ah, I forgot to enable the properties. So there we go. We have our displaced shape pointing upwards, and we can, let's see, here's 26, we can go like 20 or something, and we get some kind of pyramid form. We can go here to the shape types again, 4, 5, and so on. So I'm going back to 3 here. And what could we do? We can try and use that as a mask, for example. I should have something down here. I do. This is a Voronoi distance field. It's an OSL shader. Up. Wrong button. Like this. And you can see it here. It's working. It should be working fine. I have a small time thing going here. Alright. So we take this one, and we're going to delete this one. That was the preview vector map. So, and how to integrate? Well, we could do a couple of things here. Let me just make this bigger. So we could, well, we can mask it out, output max on the range node. Something like that. There we go. So we have some kind of Voronoi fracture pile thing going here, masked with this procedural triangle. So on everything we do, softening everything, it affects these small hills here. We can maybe take and scale the Voronoi distance field a little bit up. Let's see here. Yeah, like that. So and you can create a lot of interesting displacement shapes by combining triangles, squares, squeezing them, making them long, circles, making visual booleans, stepping them up in displacement, color, a bit like a substance designer. We should be able to match that. The workflow is not just sufficient, but we can pretty much do anything that app can knock out. So yeah, that's it. An Arnold base shape, procedural base shape, and the thing is that if you want to instance this, this baby here is your friend. So use the cache node if you're going to use a ton of them, and where you instance them, and that's it, I think. So hope you enjoyed it. Arnold procedural mask base shape seems to work pretty well. Have a nice one.